Shalom, welcome to another Crown Jewel word analysis video. Today I want to look at the word dream and what is dreaming, what do we experience and the forms, many things around the dream, sleep, very interesting, the dream of Pharaoh. We're going to read about the dream of Pharaoh in Likkutei Yirah 9 by Yirah Hari, and it will give us a lot of information. So let's look at this word dream. That would be a dalet, which is a path without walls. The resh, which are the forms. Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, Netzachot, Yesod, projecting upon the malchut. The ayin for the e. This is 70, which are the 70 nations, or the seven-headed serpent. Right? The aleph, which can be variables, but in this case, and I'll show you why in a little bit, the Vav and 2 Yuds. And this can hint at Netzachot and Yesod, where 3 pillars, right? All the way down you would find the 3 pillars ending in Netzachot, Yesod, projecting upon the last letter, which is the Mem, the Malchut. Okay, so the Malchut, Mem, so dream there. We've got a lot of information to show you, and therefore we'll go to the study and drawing table. Okay, so the drawing table. We have the word dream. Okay, Dalet for the D, Resh for the R, Ayin for the E, Aleph for the A, Mem for the M, the values for 270 nations, each Sephira, Chesed, Gevura, you can see them here. Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, Netzachot, Yesod, projecting upon the 7 forms. The 6 I hate, the 7 are an abomination. Each having 10 sub-sephirot, as you can see here. So 7 times 10 makes 70, which we call the 70 nations, okay? And, okay, well, the rest we'll read later in Likkutei Yirah 9. 1 variables, and the mem, which is solids, or the malchut, values 40, gives us 204, 274, 275, 315, interesting. Gematria, we'll get back to that later. First I want to give you the possible permutations here, because we have path without walls, forms, 70 nations, variables into the malchut. Okay, so that defines the dream pretty good, but I want to show you this first. So we're tzurufing. Tzurufing means rearranging the letters, using the exact same letters, but putting them in another position. And then we'll get Adam Ra. Ra is evil, right, 270. So an evil man, which is not connected to the Rosh, okay? So in the forms. The next permutation is Dalet, again Ra, so, and Im. And Im is hinting at Ima, but it's also value 41, which is the ordinal for both Elohim as well as Samael. Okay, Samael. And Samael is very much in place here. We'll get to that in a little bit. So this is the evil between the mother and the Malchut, the Nukva, the Shekhinah. The mother should give her close to the daughter, and then we would bring down a hay, okay? The upper hay to the lower hay. But in this situation, we don't see that. We speak now of the evil that is housed between the Nukva and the Ima, projecting its forms upon the Dalet, poor, okay, and fallen down into Geola. So, okay, let's continue, sorry. So these are also the forms. Another permutation possible is 8, which is witness. Again, what can I witness to you? What can I liken to you? Reality can I witness to you? Reality can I liken to you? The Malchut, the earth, is reality, right? We projecting our forms upon it. Malchut has nothing of herself. So we spill our seeds upon the ground is what it means. These 6 are evil, but these 7 are an abomination because we make it something that it's not. Okay? So we, how can you say that? Our perceptions are not reality, yet we spill our forms upon it. So we make it into something that it's not. And this is the great evil. That's the idolatry. That's the making the forms serving the forms and making the forms our demigod, so to say. So, race, forms, and then again, im, right? So, between reality and the mother, we find the forms, and the forms raised 200 is also Samech Mem, the Milui of Samech Mem, okay? It's all too clear. So first I want to read with you a part of Likkutei Yirah 9, and we're going to page 102. Let me see. It's about Pharaoh's dream. Yes, here we go. I hope that's readable. Okay, interpreting Pharaoh's dream. We'll do a couple of pages because this is simply Likkutei Yirah 9 by Yirah H'ari, my beloved teacher. There's no work like it. It teaches Lashon Kodesh, it teaches the prerequisites like none other. About dreams, there's also school.com/Yirah for profound teachings in really, there is nothing like it. There is I never heard, I never found anyone teaching ascension techniques. This is about how you can upgrade from the regular dream state into ascending into the Hechalot and the heavenly yeshivot and literally study while you're asleep. Okay, so like consciously. And I'm a witness to this. These ascension techniques work. You will have to do it according to the ways he says, and you will have to have a certain lifestyle and have a certain devotion there to be able to, but it works. It truly works. Okay, so I'm a witness to this. Okay, so you want to learn about ascending? Sign up for school.com/Yirah. I'm not kidding you. This is authentic, it's real, and it works. Okay? There's nobody who teaches this. I don't know of anyone. I never heard of anyone. Let's proceed because you will have to see it for yourself. I can tell you all day long how it is. If you're interested, sign up for school.com/Yirah. /Yirah, that is, sorry. So, gate 10, interpreting Pharaoh's dream. Okay, so, Bereshit 41:1. When 2 full years had passed, Pharaoh had a dream. He was standing by the Nile River. Okay, the 2 years refer to the 2 worlds of Asiya and Yetzirah, as has been discussed at length. Pharaoh is the sum of experiences, and the river refers to the next world called the world to come, known as Beria and Bina. Now the 7 cows, beautiful and well fed, came up from the river and began to graze among the reeds. So, commentary, these 7 cows represent the 7 forms. Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferes, Netzach, Yesod, and Malchut. 7 forms of the good inclination, as discussed in previous gates. The term well-fed contains the word beriyat. Beriyah, which is identical to the river, as has been explained. We will discuss in the next gate the significance of Bina and what this practically means. Okay, so here you see Yirah Toiv, 7-headed, good snake. Yirah Ha'ari, 7-headed, bad snake. Okay, so Genesis 41:3. After them another 7 cows, sickly and thin, came up from the Nile and stood beside the other cows on the bank of the river. Commentary, the 7 sickly cows are the 7 evil forms of the evil inclination, and they emerge and stand to the side of the 7 healthy cows, in example the good inclination. Okay. Now, Genesis 41:4, and the cows that were sickly and thin ate up the 7 beautiful well-fed cows, and Pharaoh woke up. Commentary, the 7 sickly cows consumed the 7 well-fed cows because the serpent, in example, the accumulated sum of experiences, which are 7 heads, cleave to the 7 forms of the evil inclination by its nature, being that it is from the left side. This causes in its maturity, in example, a cumulative negative sum of experiences to consume the 7 forms of the good inclination, in example, 7 holy forms. Pharaoh is the secret of the cows, right? Okay, so well-fed, haberiyat, refers to beriah, which the good inclination draws from and by which the evil inclination consumes if it is unable to draw from this place as well. Now, Genesis 41:5, he fell back asleep and dreamed a second time. 7 heads of grain, well fed and good, came up on one stalk. Commentary, the first dream referred to the level of Asiya. In example, the forms as they relate here in existence, thus beasts of the field, in example, cows. And the second dream refers to how the vessels of these forms develop in the world of Yetzirah by its attachment to one echad stalk. In example, Yetzirah, the level of plants, as alluded to by the grain. In example, man, Yetzirah is a tree, etc. The word one here, echad, is as follows: Aleph, Keter, Chet, values 8, which are the next 8 sefirot after Keter, Chochma, Bina, Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferes, Netzach, Yesod, and Malchut is the Dalet. Thus you see the attachment is in relation to the overall upper worlds versus the first dream, which was an expression of Yetzirah and Asiya to the river. In example, Bina, as there are like 7 days under the mother. Bina called mother and river. See, so we had Bina, we had the evil, and we had the Dalet, where right, that evil that sits between the Malchut and the mother. So I think this is enough for here. Yes, because the first dream, what are we having here? What are we looking at? So I want to explain to you, let me see where we'll start, because we also have the word, for example, sleep. Sleep is interesting. I'll show you. So sleep would be, but I'll do it the other way around, of course. Sleep would be Samech, Lamed, Ayin, Fei. And now these are cycles, right? Cycles, vibration, 70 and 70. And the Fei is Yesod, 80. phase value is 80, it's mouth, but also the reproduction organ. This is Yesod, Yesod, and that's precise because the cycle that vibrates, let me see which page shall I show you this. Here we are. Yes, okay. Yesod and the 70, right? These are the 70. 70 and 70. So what happens when you sleep? Because as long as the gufa, the body, is upright, and I have to find the page. One moment there. Yes, there we have it. As long as the body is upright, like you see here, the flow of energy, right? The shefa remains anchored in the physical world, which is Asiya. Okay? So, but and then you're connected to physicality, right? So, when we lay down, the structure collapses, shifting our state of consciousness. Now, the mental form, known as Yesod, I'll go through them one more time, quickly. So, this is spirit form, this is desire form, holy form, soul form, emotion form. This is your mental form, okay? This is the convergence point. It gathers the influence of all higher aspects. Okay, Yirah teaches also how the Yesod of Chesed is connected to the Chesed of Yesod. We have all the sub-sephiros, right? But we're not going to dive into it now. We have too much to cover. And if you truly want to learn these deeper secrets, you'll have to sign up for school. That is the place to get a real serious, basic and until very advanced knowledge of Kabbalah, each to its level, of course. So, but where was I? So, in Yesod, gather the influence of all higher aspects, right? Including our desires, our emotions, holy form, right? Spirit form, soul form. They all pull into Yesod, okay? Like these are vessels being filled, right? So because of this, the mind is deeply affected by everything we carry within us, which is this cumulative sum of experience we just read about. And the consciousness enters first into the mental realm, where all these influences begin to surface when we lay down or close our eyes. Right? When you close your eyes, you see it's black. This is why when you close your eyes, you see black first. And after a while, colors start to appear. Okay? So that means these forms start pulling in there. So I hope that is clear. And I wanted to now go and take a look closer here at what is happening with the Gematria, because 315 is a lot of things. Okay, here goes. First of all, we said that during the dream state you can already see that you will be in Yetzirah. As the tree collapses, the consciousness goes into Yetzirah, okay? So it goes into Yetzirah. And therefore, Yetzirah is written as such, and values 10, 90, 10, 200, and 5. This is 90 plus 10 is 100, plus 10 is 110, plus 200, 310, plus 5, 315. Just like dream. Okay. So, dream. The next thing, that is 314, so that's an inkalel. Two things that are 314 are Shaddai. And Shaddai is the name for the attribute of the Holy One, blessed be He, in Yisod, El Shaddai. Okay, it's 314, El Shaddai. So that's no coincidence either. So you see in this English word, quote unquote English word, you'll find all these information. So the inkolel of Shaddai points us at Yisod already, because all these forms pull into Yisod. You just read it. Then the next thing that is at 314 is Metatron. Metatron, who is the guardian, who is the gatekeeper, really. Metatron, 6 letters, 6 orders of the Mishnah, but also the 6 forms here, Chesed, Gevuret, Tiferes, Netzach, and Yesod, would be found Sandalphon, which is both included in Samael also, because you have the Samech for Sandalphon and the Mem for Metatron, and there's much more to it, but you have to sign up for school. Once again, I'm promoting school because I know it's amazing, and then some. It is amazing. I'm really very excited about all that is being taught there, and really, if you have any interest truly in Kabbalah, then this is the place to be for you. So Metatron is this gatekeeper that keeps us from going also into higher places, right? Into the Hechalot and the Rakia, higher heavenly yeshivas, and as long as the Zoyamar, the dross, and that will be the next word that will draw down, is Zoyamar. As long as the dross builds up and colors our dreams and our state of being, we will not enter into the Hechalot and into the higher places. Okay? So if you are led by your forms, you'll see it. You just read it, even if you think you serve the good side of the forms, the other side consumes them eventually, and the dross will take over. And this dross, this filth, is called the Zoyama. Okay, so we'll do it as such. I think I forgot one thing, because this dream, that might be interesting still to do on this page, and then we'll go on here with the Zoyama. So dream, if we take the Aleph separately there, then we have Yirah, Ra, Toiv, and Ra, because Dalet Mem in the ordinal value 13 plus 4 is 17, which is Toiv, good and bad, and then leaves us with the Aleph. And the Aleph was, like I said, might be interesting to show you in Likkutei, 2 Yuds and a Vav, which can hint at the reproduction organ, both for the male as well as for the female. So ovaries or testicles and reproduction organ. Okay, so 3 columns. The lower Netzachot, Yesod, enter into the third. Okay, everything pulling into the third, being that Yisod, which was also Shaddai, the name for the attribute of Yisod. Okay, so that all seamlessly connects to each other. I hope you see that. And let me see, was that interesting to show? Yes, okay, we'll just proceed here. So now we get one more dream permutation, and that is the triangular expansion, which are emanations. If you want to know what that exactly means, school.com//Yirah. So that looks like this every time you do one letter of the word more. Okay, so the sum total here is 800 plus 210 is 1010, 1050, 1052, and 5 times 4, 1072. 1072. I'll show you in a little bit why I do the 0 away. It's because it's going to connect to something. Okay, the next thing I want to do was Zoyamar. Okay, Zoyamar. Yes, let's, and then I have one more dream. Yes, but now I have the 1072. I have to do the Zoyamar next to it. So we'll do the Milui. That means same. Vav. Hey. Mem. And hey. The value thereof is, you have to take my word for that. Well, we'll just do it. 50, 60, 67, 13, 6 plus 6 plus 1, 6, 80, and another 6, 86, 92, 105, 172. 172. Because Gematria goes way beyond regular mathematics. This definitely shows us something, because we just read it, right? The Zoyamar, the filth, it is what colors our dreams. Our dreams are filled with Toiv and Ra, with good snake, bad snake, all the nonsense we project during our regular dream times come from the cumulative sum of experiences, which is that serpent's food, right? Okay, so let me, the next source. Okay, so we have here Tanakh, because I want to do the following. One more dream permutation, because we did now here the Milui of Zoyamar, right? Which is the filth upon which the serpent feeds, right? He eats the dust. Okay, so now I want to do the Milui of dream. So that was a Dalet, and then you get Lamet Taf. The extra letters, this is the Dalet of dream, we call pregnant letters, okay? Just, I'll be saying that more often from now on. Dalet, Resh, Ein. These are the letters of dream, right? Aleph, and Mem. Dream. Now the total value here, we're not going to calculated all. I've carefully checked it various times. Is 1265 Gematria, which equals the Gematria of the following verse. Okay. This is Ezekiel 24 verse 9. It says, Lachem ko amar Adonai Hashem oy Yirah Ha'ari gam ani agdil hamedura. Okay. Translated, therefore thus said the Lord Hashem Elohim, woe, O city of bloodshed, I too will enlarge the pyre. Now, a city, okay, this is the value of this verse, 1265, okay, equal to the milui of dream. And why is that so fitting? I'll explain to you what is a city, okay? So, okay, we'll do it on here. Zerampin, this is Zerampin. Okay, technically this, in reality, the seventh is included. We project upon it. Okay, so each sephira, I hope you can see this, has all the sub-sephiros, right? Keter, Chochma, Bina, Chesed, Kuvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hoid, Yesod, and Malchut. Let me check if that's visible. Yes, that's perfectly visible. And now this tree is made up of 5 parzufim. So we have the Keter, which is Arichampin. I'll do Aleph Aleph for convenience. We have Chochma, which is Abba, Av. We have Bina, sits here, which is Ima, the mother. We have Zerampin, which is the son, Ben. And we have the Nukva, which is Bat, right? Bat, the daughter. So that's the Nukva. Bat. So these 5, so this is the elder, Arichampin, the father, Abba, the mother, Ima, Zerampin, the son, and the daughter, which is a whole family. And now each sephira has a whole family in it, and these connections are streets, roads. So that's why Zerampin is called a city. So city of bloodshed, okay? That's what we just read. City, blood, coming from the left side, okay? City of bloodshed, that is a city, that's a Zerampin that is not connected. It draws from the left side because it's operating on a cumulative sum of experiences, okay? So that's clearly how we can start to really understand scripture, Tanakh, Zohar. There's so much to learn, and but these are, I find, some very valuable examples of how you can learn to read it, really, okay? So, I hope that was all clear. Now, we have also another, the ordinal value, namely. That means ordinal value is 4, 12, there's 22 letters, and so 1 till 22. This is the ordinal value. And the ordinal value, also carefully calculated, it's 185, which is L in the milui, Aleph, Lamed. And which L, because L can be used in many ways, but in this case I already know what it's hinting at, and I will have to get Likkutei Yirah again, and we'll do it like this for now. On page 262 it says, Gate 37, the lion crouches. With this we can understand now, that's referring to the former, it's not at this moment what we're pointing at. The bruised head, Keter Chochman Bina, thus the serpent begins at Chesed. And Chesed is called Chesed El. And we just seen that these, the seven-headed serpent, right? Chesed El, so thus the serpent begins at Chesed, as established earlier regarding the first three sparks. Furthermore, Chesed is represented by the lion. As is written, the El had the face of a lion to the right side. Thus we can understand why the serpent is likened to a lion crouching at the door, Malchut. With this understanding, we can now unlock the secret of why the ancient mystery schools used a lion-headed snake to depict their Anpin. So, long story short, Aleph Lamed, Chesed El, because the forms start from Chesed all the way down into the Malchut. Okay, so that was that. Let me see, what else did we have? Okay, so we did the triangular expansion there of Dream. We'll do first Zohar itself, because we didn't do Zohar itself. So that would be, let's do it here so that we have a little space. Zayin, Vav, Zohar, Hey, Zohar. Now, immediately I see Ma, which is what can I witness to you, what can I liken to you. 7 is that seven-headed serpent, right? Bound within, but I also see Hey, Vav, Hey, right? There's no Yud here, so upper Hey, Bina, Vav, Zerampin, lower Hey, Ma, reality. Okay, so there's a lot of things going on here. The values are 63, 7 plus 6, 13 plus 5, 18, plus 5, 23 plus 40, 63, which hints at Sak. And more interesting is the Katan, the small values, 7, 6, 5, 5, and 4 is 27, which equals the Aleph Tav, but then plus the 5 Sofit letters. And we know from the writings of the sages that the Sofit letters came about by the Chet, the sin, right? So really the division of the books, right? The Torah is one scroll, 5 books, 5 senses, 5 Sofit letters. That's why these Sofit letters reach down into physicality. They are long, you know? That's why the Sofit letters reach all the way downwards. Yeah, like the Aleph here, you can see it here, reaching downwards into the physicality. So that's really what this hints at, because the Zohar, the filth, there at the eating of the tree of knowledge of good and bad. Okay, so the Zohar is a product thereof, and we can find it in the Katan value 7. Okay, so 7 bound within reality, binding within reality. Okay, so polluting, really rearranging, not really rearranging reality, it cannot, but yes, spilling its seed upon it. Okay, so that's what it's pointing at. Then, last but not least, we have Zohar in the triangular expansion. that would be 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. 5 times 7, 35. 4 times 6, 24. 15, 80, and 5. 85 plus 15 is 100, 124, 154, 159. 159 is the value of Nukva. Yes, Nukva. Because the serpent crawls on its belly eating dust. Okay, the ordinal value here was 105, which is the value of Hakelim, the vessels, which is also precise. Hakelim. 5, 20, 30, 55, 10, 65, plus 40, 105. And the Katan is 86, 87, which is 86 in Kalel, which is Elohim. And Elohim is 41 in ordinal, which is the ordinal of Samael. Yes, and last but not least, the sum total of the Gematria, the ordinal, and the Katan is 351, which is the Inkolel of 350, which is the value of Afar. And Afar means dust. And the dust, Zoyama, is what the serpent that crawls on its belly shall eat. Okay? So it all seamlessly fits as usually. And that was it. I hope this was helpful. Many blessings and much love. And see you in the next video. Shalom.